Hey, what's up everybody? This is Evan Carthy from evancarthy.com. Real quick video regarding the S&P 500 for the week of August 23rd, 2020. As you can see from last week, here's Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Open down here, close slightly higher over here, but as you see, it's pretty much just a range week from what it ended up being. The EMA I have right here, the 800 EMA, the reason why I have it is because when you see price slicing through it, what that shows me is that it is going to be an Elliott wave 5-point move for it, and so it just helps signify for me, it's basically a roadmap just showing me that the when it slashes through the 800 EMA, then definitely look for that five-legged move for it. So moving to next week here real quick, we are currently in a five-legged move right here. Let's see, I'm saying a lot. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's currently the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-legged move we're looking for right here. Price has hit our target zone box, so this could be a potential reversal area for it. Now this is a trade I am looking to take, so when price, this kind of rainbow colored all these lines right here, this is the fib speed resistance fan, and basically it's just diagonal Fibonacci lines. But basically what I have been looking for is from these 5 points, from this 5th point, from these Elliott wave moves, I've been looking for a way to get in at the high, obviously short at the high, and buy at the low for it. This, for me, has been the most accurate. Now it doesn't work 100% of the time, but it does work from what I've seen a high majority of the time. And what I'm looking for is price to close down here in this green zone. That's why I changed color to green to signify it's a go right here. And then the exit I'm looking for is whenever price gets close to this bottom blue line back down here. And so currently where price is, if it continues to trend lower down here, when it eventually breaks into the green, I'll look to get in there. Exit would be the blue. The stop loss is just slightly north of the previous high. So if you want to be safer, which I tend to do as well, rather than just getting in at the first one, I'll look for a bit of retracement to come back up into it. If it does happen, sometimes you do miss it, sometimes you don't. But it's a little bit safer way to play the trade. But that's the way I'm looking at doing it. But this move to the upside may not be over yet. And so if price continues to go up from here, let me just show you what I would be looking for. If price does not, let me delete this out of here. If price does not come down and hit this 38% line down here, but goes up and hits the top of this yellow box right here at the 1.618 level at about 34.0550, then I'd be looking for any excuse to get short as soon as I could. And what I mean by that is, let's just assume this is the high right there. This is the high, went up there and hit this top box, and this is exactly the same formation right here. So there's the high. What I'm looking for is the first move lower, and so I'm just looking for the close of the previous candle. So here you have this candle, there you have that one. This one obviously didn't close below that one. This one didn't close below that one. There you go. This one closed below that candle right there. So what I would do is I would look to get in, as soon as I could in this areas right here. Then my exit would be just slightly above that previous high right over here. And then the exit I'd be looking at having close to the 78.6 line, wherever that would end up. But that's only if price continues to move up without hitting that 38% level right there. It's at 1.618. So that's the 2 ways I'm looking at playing this move. So obviously starting off the week here coming up, if price does move higher, kicking off the week here at 5 p.m., which is going to be about 2.5 hours or so, then definitely look at short up there. But if price moves lower, say this is the high right there, closes in that green box down here, then I'll probably look at getting that short down here and riding it all the way down to somewhere in that blue box. Now, this doesn't work 100% of the time, like I mentioned a little bit ago, but it does work a high percentage of the time, and is the way I'm doing these trades right now. And then my other trade that I'm looking for is when price, I mentioned a little bit ago earlier, slashes through the 800 EMA, which this could set up another 5-legged move over here to the downside. What I look for is taking that first one, the high of the first one, when price takes back out, down somewhere to about the 61.8 or 50% level, and then take it up here to the 1.416 line. So you see we'd have one trade right there, and another trade right here, but it worked out very nicely for it. Just want to show that right there real quick. Those are the two main trades that I'm taking right now for it. And then we'll go over here and look at the, but real quickly, just a quick recap. Starting off the week, looking for eventually more downside. If price moves up when the market opens and hits this level up here, looking at going short as soon as possible. If price moves down, closing this green box down here, looking at going short and writing it down to at least somewhere in this blue box, the bottom of this blue line box, right over here. But that's for starting off this week. And then for the longer term time frame for it, I've gone and reclassified this now based upon all these parameters, that this right here, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth leg is not completely it. Late last week on Friday, we created a new all-time high for the S&P 500. Hey, congratulations everyone, right? And so what I am looking for, let me delete this thing here real quick. What I'm looking for this to for the next level I'm looking for this to go up to is going to be about 37.87, right around this area. So when price hits that, then that could be the first potential high before we start looking for the retracement, but there still can be a whole lot more of a room up, all the way up to about 5,075. That would be that box that I mentioned a little bit ago for the target box that I'm looking for it. So this would be the bottom of the target area, 37.87, and the very top would be about 5,075, right around in there. So obviously there's a whole big room to run, but what I'm trying to say is, from the levels that we're currently at right now, which is 33.9250, I firmly believe we still have some more room to run. So we're just round up about 3,400. I still think we have around 400 or so points at minimum left in this market run up here before I would start looking for some type of really big or deep retracement. But then of course it could continue to go up even further, but that's going to be the area that I'm looking for right there. That's going to kick it off. And so going down into the daily chart right here, you can see last week, let me hide that one, there we go. So last week we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've hit it right there, and so the next level we would be looking at, you see from the using the 0 to 3 point right there in that Elliott wave 5-point move right there. Last week we did hit that level right there, so it doesn't necessarily mean that price is for sure going to retrace down right there, but it is something to be aware of, because it definitely can come down for it. But the top of the box that we'd be looking for right here is about 38.87. So one thing I do find interesting right here is in this daily chart for this move right here, the top of this move where I would be looking at shorting the market if it hit up right here, the daily, without having any type of retracement down to that 38% line, is around 38.87, and that does coincide within the box of the longer term weekly move with about 37.87. So if we do see that, if we see the market just from here continue to move up without any sort of retracement at all for it right there, and it hits about 30, what was that? About 38.87, 38.85, then definitely start looking to be careful out there, because I do think from that point for sure we will see some type of deeper retracement from that area. But if the market from right here comes and makes that retracement down right there to complete this move, let me delete this one out right here, go back down to the daily chart here real quick, using that and that high right there. The area to be looking for, if it does, assuming that remains a high right there, because if the market keeps going higher, then I just keep dragging this fib speed resistance fan up with it. The area to be looking for to go in short would be about, well, it just depends whenever it breaks into this green box, and then write it down to at least the lower of this blue line right there. So for me, selfishly, I hope the market continues to just shoot straight up without any sort of retracement, and at least gets to around 38.87, because then for me that would signify that two of the primary short markers have been hit, and definitely would start positioning and taking profits I have out of the market right there. But anyways, that's the longer term time frame for the S&P 500. Like I said, I firmly believe for the upside, a longer term time frame, we still have at minimum at least 400 more points to go for it before we start worrying about any type of big market retracement. And then even when that could happen and all this from the daily time frame gets sorted out, market still could have more life in it, continue to move up over there. And then for the Shorter term for starting off this week, the two scenarios I'm looking for is if the price from here continues to move up, hits the 1.618 level at about 3405.25, the top of that box right there. I'll be definitely looking to short it right there. But we'll just assume this remains the high of it right here at about 33, whatever that high was last week. What was that? 33.96.25. And price closes somewhere in that green box. And I'll be looking at shorting it down here to wherever this is, down over here to kick off the week. But anyways, stay safe out there and talk to you soon. Bye.